Okay, somebody asked for a quick walk around, kind of what I got on here. So I'm gonna do that real quick. It's a good idea. I've made a lot of updates to it. So I'll go through exactly everything I've done that I can remember, I'm pretty sure. I got the 1821 KKE wheels. I have a Dunlop MX 52 on the front. I believe it's a 9121. And I have a Nitro Moose in there. And then on the rear, I have the 18-inch IRC VE33, 110, 100, 18. And I also have a Nitro Moose in there. Up front here, of course, I have the EBMX 9000 controller on stock battery and stock motor. The SXS skid plate. All right, I got a giant loop tugger for when I'm in the gnarly stuff, so my friends can help me up if I don't make it. Keep on moving up. I still have the stock headlight. I have the stock fender, but the fender, you know, of course, when you put the 21-inch wheel, the fender's pointing down to like right here. It looks ridiculous. So some people put washers and different things. I had these nice black aluminum spacers that I put in there with longer screws just in the backside, and it tilted that front fender up to make it look where it looks right, because I hated it when it was facing down. I thought it looked ridiculous. All right, so there's that. Tugger straps. I've also got these plastic fork guards I think I found on eBay. They're kind of a no-name brand. The bigger ones don't fit. These are pretty tight, so they actually fit around the smaller forks. The other ones are made for bigger bikes. But even with these, I still warmed them up with my heat gun and just squeezed them really small like that. And then they snap tight around there. So I imagine you could probably do that with just about any of them. Warm them with the heat gun and squeeze them tight before you put them on, and then snap them around. I still have the horn on there. I had EBMX. I took off the big controller thing because I don't ride on the street and I don't care about that. I just ride woods. So I had them make me up one of their, it's just for the headlight, off on. It's on high beam when that like that, and off like that. The horn right there, beep beep. The keys turned on, that works. And then up in the front, I took the controller off to lose the weight and the wiring. Of course, it's still got the key right there. I have the, right here, I have the EBMX app, right? And I'm gonna search for my controller, just right there. And then that's the dashboard, and then you hit that little thing right there and it turns it, right? So it's facing you. I guess block the sun here, I guess you can see everything. But right, it's got all the, I'm in race mode, got the level, see right, and if you change on the egg rider, if you change the level, 1, 2, 3, so you see it changing right there on the dash. And then it also go back down to 0 and reverse. All right, so that's pretty awesome. I like that. I also did the factory Suzuki KTM, stock KTM bend in the gold, or the Pro Taper contour. All right, and then I also did these BRP clamp mounts brackets over the top because they're light and they're super strong. I've had them on my KTM for years and years, and they really make the hand guards almost unmovable, especially if you do the threaded inserts on the end, which I haven't done yet, but I have them. I'm going to for the hand guards. Switched out to some what do you call these, ODI soft grips, which are really nice, way better than the horrible grips that come on these bikes. They are just, the grips on these bikes are terrible. They're almost useless. And the one that comes with the throttle is basically molded to the throttle, so you can't even cut it off. So I bought a new throttle too. I forget, it's called a race throttle. I forget who makes it. I think it was like, there's a guy selling them on Facebook quite often, and then I went straight to the site and bought it from them. It's got a real smooth linear feel to it, kind of a short pull. Yeah, I'm at 0, so you can see it doesn't take much to get to the end of it. So everything is right there all the time. Another really cool mod I did, and one of the guys on Facebook as well, on one of the Ultra Bee sites, he's in England, I think. He's got a 3D print program for these, but I don't have a 3D printer, so I messaged him, and I think for right around 25 bucks, he 3D printed these stops and sent them to me. These stoppers are, of course, shaved down much, as you can see, much shorter than the stock. Now this was still, he left just big enough to still cover the wire, because the wire runs under that. But man, it significantly improved the steering radius, right? Which is, I don't even, it's got more turning than I can use now, which is really good and great for the tight woods. I have these Hard Rock S3 pegs that I bought, and I thought they would fit the bike, because when the advertisement I read kind of said, it said Sur Ron Ultra Bee, and I went in and bought them, and then they tried to tell me, no, it's wrong. We don't make those for the Ultra Bee. Those are just for the Sur Ron or something like that. Anyway, so I was able to make them work. What I did, they already had a threaded hole in the bottom, but they hold pretty small screws. The screws I put in there push through the threads, so I re-threaded the hole to a larger diameter bolt, stainless steel, and put that bolt in there, which gave me my pegs. These are my favorite pegs. That's the reason I have them. I had them on my KTM, again, for years, the same set for years. And I could probably put them back on a bike today. They are almost indestructible, and I drag them through the rocks every ride. Stock kickstand still on there. I removed the kickstand line. You just take all the wiring and stuff off, trace the wire up into the main plug in here, unplug it, and put some tape over the plug and stuff it back into its little container. And you just delete that safety kickstand thing, which I find pretty useless for me too. I don't want it safety. There's no tip over sensors or anything like that. I want it to run if it falls over. I want to be laying on its side and still be able to gas it if I need to. Just to ride in the gnarly stuff, man, you just always want your power. I don't want anything to turn it off except for me. All right, what else we got? I did the Technic Q upgraded. What do you call it right there? I can't, the name is leaving my head right now. Linkage, Jesus. All right, so I did the upgraded linkage, because I saw a lot of sites where the guys that are motocrossing and been jumping them and stuff are blowing those parts out, the stock parts. So I went ahead and just replaced those, because I like to ride really hard. I like to jump the stuff. I haven't rode it on a motocross track, but I do like to ride and do all that kind of stuff. The brakes are still the stock brakes. I did this guard right here. I went ahead and just did, most of my stuff is in gold, but I went ahead and just did it in the silver, because it gets so much wear and tear on it. You can see it's already covered in some pretty good gouges, right? So it just turns silver anyway. So I figured with this one, I would just start silver, so it would always look good. As far as that goes, I did the Thrill Seekers seat cover, right? Looking back, I would have actually preferred these. They have kind of a gold, more goldish color, but I still had the stickers on it. So I was trying to match the yellow of the original stickers, which are still up here in the front. But in hindsight, I should have done the gold bars across here. I would have liked that better. Custom tag with my name on it right there. I think I got everything on the front end, got the regen button. I put these flashy little things on top of there. It had a bunch of Chinese writing on top. So I switched them out with that because I like it better. In the rear end, do I have anything else back here that I need to talk about? Yes. So of course the 18-inch wheel, I already talked about that, but I also have a 54-tooth sprocket, and I did some titanium bolts just because they're lighter and they look cool. And then I also did the non-O-ring 520 chain, non-O-ring chain. And everybody I've seen, people testing and things like that, have gained significant distance, but it's increased their battery life just by switching to the non-O-ring roller chain. And so I did that as well. Stock sprocket on the front. On my suspension, on the rear suspension, I went maybe one turn stiffer on the spring at the top, and I didn't make any adjustments to the compression or the rebound because they feel pretty good. I went one click softer on the compression on my forks. I kept the rebound where it was. And then I'll also push the forks. I'll also push the forks down into the triple clamps a little ways to get a little more length out of them. I think that's about everything. And Chris is here on his beater Honda e-bike. How was it?
Man, I had a good time today.
All right, so did I. It was freaking awesome. All right. Later.